structure and functioning of the eyes and about the defects of the eyes, children. Now we shall understand how to care for our eyes. So you all know these are basic things which you have been learning from right from when you were young. Now you are in high school. So you can only explain me that what are the things which we need to keep in mind as far as our eyes are concerned, how to take care of our eyes. Yes, no, you usually have your mother or father, they keep telling you, elders at home, don't rub your eyes. Why? The power of the lens will decrease if you continuously rub your eyes, children. So they tell you not to rub your eyes, and whenever the dust or something enters, you should not scratch your eyes. Some small piece or some dust particle enter your eyes, children. So you should not rub your eyes immediately. Why? That particle that does, maybe the small stone or small stick, the wooden piece, whatever has entered the eyes, no? When you rub your eyes, that may damage the lens or the iris part of your eyes. So that may make you blind, children. So you should not immediately rub. You should blink your eyes in the cold water. What happens along that water, the dust, whatever it is there, it will come out. So immediately you should wash your eyes. And if at all you are feeling, suppose even in the classroom, when if you are not able to see the board clearly, then if you are sitting in the last bench, you should ask the request the teacher, ma'am, I cannot see the board from the last bench, so can I please sit in front? Yes, they will allow you to sit in front. And one more thing, in such case you should immediately visit the eye specialist, children. They will see actually what defect you have with your eyes, and they will show them and give you the remedy for that. You should not neglect any problem with the eyes, and you should immediately contact the eye specialist. That is one point. And whenever you read, there should be proper light, children. Maybe when you are seeing your mobile or you are using your laptop or you are reading the book, there should be sufficient light, or else that will damage your eyes, children. Yes, night times you will switch off the light, hiding your mobile and playing and texting, chatting with your friends, playing games inside the blanket, all that you do, what happens in the dark room, if at all you are using the mobile, children, that will damage your eyes. So you should not, in that dark room, suddenly if only from one spot that bright light is falling on your eyes, means that will affect your eyes. We studied normal distance of distinct vision is 25 centimeter. From eyes to object, if the distance is 25 centimeter, then you can view the objects clearly. So whenever you are seeing, please keep the object at a distance of 25 centimeter. Also gave you the example of the headlights. Children, when you unnecessary, you should not switch on the headlight of your vehicle unless and until it is required. If you are in highway, yes, the far away vehicle should know that some vehicle is coming. In that case, you switch on. But normally when you go through this Kothnur, Hennur, Crossnur and all, why you switch on the headlights? It will affect the person who is coming in front of you. If your parents or any elders, your cousins, your brothers, sisters are doing that, you should advise them. Unnecessarily don't switch on the headlights. That will result in accidents, children. So if at all sudden light is coming to your eyes, you should avoid it. Dim light, highly dim light or highly brighter light, both are dangerous to your eyes. Whenever you use this laser light, children, you might have heard people telling that laser light should not fall on your eyes. Why? Because it is very high intensity. Intensity means it is very strong light. So to laser nowadays they do the diamonds also can be cut with the help of this laser light, means you can just imagine of its strength. That is the intensity. We do not say the strength of the light. So I am strong, if you say, means light will tell I have high intensity. Like that it is. The strength of the light is its intensity. So this laser lights are highly intense. They have very high intensity. So it is very harmful to your eyes. And whenever you use for this PPT, the presentation and all to highlight, we use there is a laser light that should not enter our eyes. And like this few other things, you can just go through your textbook or you can write it on your own also, children. These are few things which we need to keep in our mind as far as our protection of our eyes are concerned. One more thing is, children, about the night blindness. You have studied in your night classes. What is night blindness? It is the person suffering from night blindness, after it gets dark, maybe after 7 or something in the evening, he cannot see anything. He becomes blind. Why this night blindness comes? Means it is due to deficiency of vitamin A. If the person has deficiency of vitamin A in him, then he suffers from this night blindness. Night blindness is one of the deficiency. So if at all you want to overcome this night blindness, then you should have the food, that is the diet what you have should be rich in vitamin A. Which are the things which are rich in vitamin A? Means like carrots. You have oftenly heard, no? Your parents telling have carrots, you will have good vision. Carrots, broccoli, or what else you can say, milk, all that you should have, children, which are rich in vitamins, proteins. So that heavy and healthy diet you should have, which helps in having good vision. So this is about the structure, function and different parts of the eyes, and about defects and the care of our human eyes. Next, children, if at all the visually disabled people, see, nowadays we should not use the word blind, they are blind. No, we should tell they are visually disabled. They are audibly disabled, means they are not able to see. We should not say he is blind, he is deaf, he is dumb. No, we should not use such words these days. So visually disabled. So we call such blind people nowadays as visually disabled people. So for them, no, children, even they are able to read and write these days. They work everywhere in railways and even in software they work. How do they work? How can they they are using mobiles. If at all you give them the note, they can easily find out whether some beggars and all, when you put money, no, say you can easily, especially in the trains, children, if at all you travel from Bangalore to Mysore, few visually disabled people will come, no, singing song and or even nowadays they are selling few things, maybe the keychains or something like that. So when you give the 20 rupees note for the cost of 10 rupees, say immediately they sense it by touching. Even though they are not able to see, they will easily sense it by touching, and they give you, they are thinking that it is 10 rupees, they will correctly give you the 10 rupees change back. How is all this possible? Yes, no? So there is something called braille lipi. You might have heard, children, braille lipi. Even in the in the keyboard, children, QWERTY form you have, no, in the computer keyboard. On the letters, in the center two letters which are there, Q and W, not Q and W. How they are. In the QWERTY keyboard, children, on the letters F and H you have some markings, like, see, if you have learned typing, if you have done the shorthand and all, some people, no, without looking at the keyboard they type it. So sometimes they need reference, no, where my hand is. For that you can see on the letters and F and H some small marking like is there. You can sense that line like marking on the keyboard if you have observed. So like that some marking is there called braille lipi for this visually disabled people, and with the help of that they can analyze what is what, and they can easily read and write with help of that, children. So what is that braille lipi vision? Here in your textbook it is given, children, non-optical and optical aids for visually impaired. See, non-optical aids include visual aids, tactual aids, that is using sense of touch, auditory aids using the sense of hearing, and electronic aids. See, visual aids means, see, suppose if the person is blind and he cannot see things, then they convey him through voice. He will be able to listen to what you are talking and he will respond to it. So that is using the sense of hearing. Next is tactual aids. Tactual aids means, children, using the sense of touch. Yes, no, they can see. If you can see blind people, they can touch like this. This is laptop, this is mobile, this is chalk, this is duster. So by the sense of touch, they can analyze the things sometimes. So visual aids can magnify words, can provide suitable intensity of light and material at proper distances. Tactual aids including braille writer slate and stylus help the visually challenged persons in taking notes, reading and writing. Auditory aids includes cassettes, tape recorders, talking books and other such devices. Electronic aids such as talking calculators and computers are also available for performing many computational tasks. Closed circuit television, also an electronic aid, enlarges printed material with suitable contrast and illumination. Nowadays, use of audio CDs and voice boxes with computers are also very helpful for listening listening to and writing the desired text. Optical aids include bifocal lenses, contact lenses, tinted lenses, magnifiers and telescopic aids. While the lens combination are used to rectify visual limitations, telescopic aids are available to view chalkboard and class demonstrations. So this is just the information, children, what they have given. See, nowadays the technology is increasing at a very high rate. So many things are available which is beneficial for these children, blind people, in order to read and write and go through the things and to know what is happening around us. So you might have seen, many people, those are blind who are writing exam, they have permission from the university to take help of other person. So they dictate and they will write. But suppose that the same subject person will not be allowed to sit with them. Suppose you are a science student, then commerce or art students will be sent for your help, and the blind person who is writing science exam, who is fast in writing, is not. So the blind people, if at all he or she can dictate, then the other person can write. This is also, option is there along with all these aids which we studied, children. Next is, what is this Braille system? You can see in your textbook, children, this Braille lipi is named after the person called the Louis Braille. So he was the one. So Louis Braille himself is a visually challenged person. So he was itself the visually challenged. I said no, we should not call the people blind these days. We should say visually challenged person. He developed a system of visually challenged person and published in 1821. Braille system has 63 dot patterns or characters. Each character represents a letter, a combination of letters, a common word or a grammatical sign. Dots are arranged in cells of 2 vertical rows of 3 dots each. Patterns of dot to represent some English letters and some common words are shown below. So you can see here, children, this Braille lipi. If at all you have gone through stairs in the railway station, children, so I have observed that in Mysore railway station, see, when you go, that stairs, the side support, what you have to climb the stairs, you can, if you see there, some dotted characters will be printed there. It is molded there. If you feel, you can see the dots. You are sliding your hands on the dots. That is nothing but the Braille lipi, children. It was done so early, so that these visually disabled people are, for them it is helpful. So this Louis, it is a Braille lipi is named after Braille lipi, and it is said in Kannada, but in English Braille. What is just the Braille system? It is called Braille system. So it has a 63 dot pattern. See, they have given few example here. If they want to read cat, how do they analyze me? See, 2 dots if they have, and lines like this, 4 lines if they have, if they touch, they will feel 2 dots and 4 lines. This is letter C, 1 dot, and like this lines means A, this is T. Like that together they can, if they touch, they can frame a word. C-A-T together is cat. Like that they will identify. And means, see, this is the structure. This is for comma. Like that they have different symbolical structures, the system they have, children, for each alphabet, and together they frame a word. See, example of dot patterns used in Braille system. These patterns have, when embossed on Braille sheets, help visually challenged person to recognize words by touching. To make term easier to touch, the dots are raised slightly. Yes, I said no. See, even in my laptop on F and J, I have this small raised line-like structure. I can sense where my fingers are if I am typing without looking into the keyboard. So like this only the Braille lipi. So visually impaired people learn Braille system by beginning with letters. So as you all learn right from the nursery, what is letter A, B, C, D, like this only this visually able children also learn the alphabets in this Braille system. So it will be a practice for them. We may feel how difficult, how they are reading, how they are writing, but for them it is used to write from the beginning, children. Methods depend upon recognition by touching. Each character has to be memorized. Braille text can be produced by hand or by machine. Typewriter-like devices and printing machines have now been developed. So this is about the Braille lipi, children. So this is all about the, yes, this is the end of the lesson. Wow, done. Next you have the exercise, children. Yes, if you can find the answers on your own, do it, no problem. But I will be sending you the notes anyhow. But for the test general assessment one, children, you read the lesson once. One more thing I wanted to tell you. They have given here. Did you know about the butterfly? Butterflies also have eyes. You have seen only the antennas of the butterfly. Have you ever seen the eyes of the butterfly? See, here they are given. Animals have eyes shaped in different ways. Ours it is spherical, almost spherical, not complete sphere like. Eyes of a crab are quite small, but they enable the crab to look all around. See, we don't have 360-degree view, no? I cannot know what is happening behind me. I should turn and watch. Even the sides, only up to some limit we can see what is happening inside. Yes, no, but few animals have this capacity. So this even if the enemy approaches from behind, see, crabs are quite small. You know how small the crabs are, but when the crabs eyes of a crab are quite small, but they enable the crab to look all around. So the crab can sense even if the enemy approaches from behind. Butterflies have large eyes that seem to be made up of thousands of little eyes. See, butterflies have large eyes it seems, but each eye is made up of thousands of small little eyes. They can see not only in the front and the sides, but back as well. A night bird, that is owl. You all have seen no gube anta baitiralla friends ge. Why do you call them gube? You know what's the character of owl? Yes, no. Even it can look in dark. Its vision is very sharp even in the dark. A night bird owl can see very well in the night, but not during the day. On the other hand, daylight birds like kite, eagle can see well during the day but not in the night. Yes, no, you can see the animals like kite or the eagle, they rest in the night. They do not fly after 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. Why? Because they become blind. They cannot see things in the dark. But owl, in the daytime it is at rest, but it is hyperactive in the night. Why? You can see the things in the dark. See, it is a property, characteristic of each animal, children. The owl has a large cornea and a large pupil to allow more light in its eyes. So, if at all it is able to see, now you know what are these different parts of the eyes, no children. So you can easily find out if at all the owl is able to see the things clearly even in the darkness or in the night, means it should have very large pupil or the islands, what is said, and a large cornea, the bulge part of the eye is what we saw. If it is big, means it has more capacity, draw more amount of light. Hence it can see in the dark also. Also it has on its retina a large number of rods and only a few cones. See, we studied rods and cones are the nerve cells of the retina. It is here on the board, children. Rods and cones. Rods are sensitive to dim light, whereas cones are sensitive to bright light. So if at all the owl is able to see in the night clearly but not in the daytime, means obviously its rods should be more sensitive compared to the cones. And the cones, yes, it is also, the cones are helping us in differentiating the colors as well. Large number of rods and only a few cones. The day birds on the other hand have more cones and few rods. Animals like, birds like eagle and bats, which are hyperactive in the daytime, but in the night time they cannot see anything. It means they have high sensitive cones, whereas low sensitive rods. But birds like owls, which are hyperactive in the night time, which we can see clearly in the dark, means their rods are more sensitive compared to cones. Like this you can compare, children. So this is all about the chapter light. Soon to glance with this lesson, what all we studied is what is light, what are its property, how are we able to see things around us, what is ray of light, what is beam of light, what is reflection of light, properties of mirror, how the reflection process takes place with the help of mirror, what are normal ray, incident ray, reflected ray, what is incident angle, what is reflected angle, what are laws of reflection, how this multiple reflection of the image takes place, and what is kaleidoscope, about the regular and irregular reflection, what are its properties, all that we studied. And also in today's session we studied about the eye structure and function of the eyes, different parts of eyes, that structure of eyes, practice the figure, that is important. What are nerve cells, which are they, how are they sensitive, how to take care of our eyes, what are defects of eyes, what is cataract, what is night blindness, what is blind spot, all that we studied. And also we studied about the braille structure, braille system, which is helping the visually disabled person, and all that, children. And also we studied about the dispersion of light, that is splitting up of white light into its constituent colors. So, and finally, yes, so about the night blindness and about the healthy diet which we need to follow in order to maintain good health of our eyes. So this is all about this lesson, light children, first chapter of your physics. For your test you have this complete lesson. As I said you, I will be shortly sending you the notes, but don't wait for my notes. You can just read the lesson and answer the test. No exercise questions will be asked. I will pick the question only from the middle of the lesson. So please read the lesson clearly. In the next class we shall start with the new lesson, children. Do well in the test and submit it on time, mainly 6 to 6:45 if you get time for writing the test. Between 6:45 and 7, in that span only I should receive all the answer sheets. By 7 to 7:03 some problem, that problem I forgot to send, I thought it is sent. No such reasons. No reasons or excuses will be given to you, children. In the span of 15 minutes, please send us back the answer sheets. Those answer sheets printout will be taken and I will do the valuation, and that will be filed, and that marks will be assigned for the internal assessment. So please take it seriously and do well in the test. All the best. Thank you.